welcome to today's live stream. We're going to be talking about Ryan Edwards. We did a live stream about Ryan yesterday. Ryan had a court check-in. So he had a hearing where he was just supposed to check in and tell the courts how he was doing. But the judge lost his patience with Ryan and actually threw Ryan in jail. So as you guys know, back in April, Ryan was arrested for DUI and possession of a controlled substance. Months later, when he went to court for those charges, the possession charge was dropped. Ryan took a plea deal for the DUI. As a part of the plea deal, Ryan agreed to go to a 28-day rehab program, following that up by going into a halfway house. He was supposed to do an like an inpatient or outpatient program, NA classes, submit to random drug testing, and take a monthly injection called Vivitrol that is used to curb an addict's appetite for drugs or craving for drugs. So, since Ryan accepted that plea deal, he has gotten pulled over going 145 miles per hour on his motorcycle in a like 75 miles per hour speed zone, I think it was. He has gotten involved in a bar fight and thrown out of the bar. He actually got in that bar fight just 4 or 5 days before he was in court yesterday. So, yesterday when he showed up to court, basically the DA alerted the judge that Ryan was a month late on his injection. He had not provided proof to the courts that he was going to his NA meetings. He had not taken a drug test since November 8th, I think it was. So they asked the courts if they could go ahead and drug test Ryan right there on the spot, and the judge said yes. But unfortunately, they would not get the results back until tomorrow. So they were basically saying the DA asked the judge, listen, Friday when we get these results back, Ryan has a court date scheduled for Friday as well, tomorrow. So she said, we're going to get the results back Friday. If he's failed, and if he cannot provide us proof that he's going to his classes, and if he has not gotten his injection, we are going to ask the court to revoke his probation and have him thrown in jail. And the judge said, you know what? I'm throwing him in jail today. We're going to put him in jail today because he has not been doing what he was told to do. He has been given chance after chance. He's going to jail. Ryan was cuffed right there on the scene and hauled off to jail. So now we're finding out that the DA is actually requesting that Judge Starnes revoke Ryan's probation and order him to jail. Now, the thing about that means that Ryan would serve 3 years. He could obviously get out on good time, but what it's saying, because Ryan was arrested like 3 times earlier this year, not only did he have the DUI charge and the possession of a controlled substance, but in another arrest back in February, he was arrested for violating a restraining order. That one was violating a restraining order, possession of a controlled substance. So he had actually been arrested 3 different times. And basically, he was sentenced to 11 months and 29 days. In those 3 arrests, basically. He was given like the same sentence, but he took the plea deal, which kept him out of jail. He only spent like maybe 2 weeks in jail before he was furloughed. His jail sentence was furloughed for him to go to rehab, right? So now they're saying, listen, we want to revoke him and send him to jail for the time that he should have been on his probation. So they actually put up an article. I'm going to go over it really quickly. Sorry. Ryan was taken into custody yesterday during a check-in hearing. And if the DA gets his way in this case, Ryan will remain behind bars for quite a while. As we talked about yesterday, Ryan was handcuffed and taken into custody on the spot after Judge Gary Starnes reportedly lost his patience with the repeat offender for failing to follow the terms of his probation/plea deal. According to the Sun, following Tuesday's arrest, the DA, Cody Wamp, went on to file a petition to revoke Ryan's probation and require Ryan to serve 3 years in jail. Documents obtained by the Sun claim that Ryan, who has been out of jail on furlough from a year-long jail sentence, failed to complete any of the recommendations he agreed to as a part of his November 6th plea deal. Did you guys hear that? Ryan failed to complete any of the recommendations he previously agreed to as a part of his November 6th plea agreement. I'm Is that recommendations, or is that demands that the court said, this is your okay, we're going to give you a plea deal. You have to do these things. I mean, I don't know if this is the recommendation. This is the you have to do these things if you want to stay out of jail. If you want to agree to this plea, these are things you have to do. Not necessarily things we recommend you do, because well, if you don't do them, you go to jail, right? So he hasn't done any of these things according to the Sun. The DA's petition to revoke Ryan's probation reads, the defendant is currently on probation for harassment, possession of a controlled substance, and driving under the influence. On each of these charges, defendant Edwards was sentenced to 11 months and 29 days, which ordered to run consecutively to one another, for an effect sentence of 3 years on Hamilton County probation. So it says he was on probation for harassment, possession of a controlled substance, and DUI. Of those charges, he received a sentence of almost 12 months. 1 day shy of 12 months on each charge, 3 charges. It was ordered to run consecutively. He was out on the plea deal. Those recommendations were outlined in Ryan's continuing care contract, his plea agreement, in which he agreed to attend 4 12-step program support groups each week, attend aftercare group meetings on either Tuesdays or Thursdays every month for 1 year, continue counseling and appointments for Vivitrol, which is the prescription injectable medication designed to help curb an addict's craving for drugs. Ryan started getting those in July, but he did not get his November injection. During Tuesday's hearing, the DA told the court that Ryan was late to receive his November 17th Vivitrol injection, which was mentioned again in the DA's petition to revoke Ryan's probation. It was also mentioned that Ryan is required to take monthly drug screenings with the results of each week's test to be available this Friday. He had not taken a drug screening since, I think it was November 8th, so he's coming up on a month. The DA also noted in the petition that Ryan recently was thrown out of a bar after being involved in a bar altercation. The DA noted, his notes said that Ryan had to be forcibly removed from the bar by security. So it states, for these reasons, the state petitions the court to revoke the defendant's probation and require the defendant to serve the balance of his sentence at Hamilton County Jail. So they are asking the courts, they're done with him too. They're like, we've given you chance after chance. And listen, I don't know if Judge Starnes pays attention to media outlets, but if he does, he may see the pushback that he's getting as well. A lot of people saying, wow, he's showing him leniency. Wow, he knows Ryan. He should recuse himself from this case because this is a conflict of interest. He should not even be presiding over this case. A lot of people saying that. And a lot of people have said that they felt like this judge is going way too easy on Ryan. I don't know if he sees this. Some people have said in my comment section, like maybe he's aware of this. So he's finally like, I'm done with you. And, he lost his patience with Ryan yesterday and he threw him in jail. Ryan is scheduled to go to court. Why was I thinking today was Thursday? Friday, December 8th, which is Friday, he is scheduled to go back before the judge. And that is potentially where we will find out what's going to happen. I do believe we are going to find out the result of his drug test. And I'm hoping and praying that he will pass. But due to the fact that he was not staying up to date on his injection, that he is almost a month behind on that. And even the DA said at court yesterday, like, we know what will happen if you are late with those injections. Like, the chances of relapsing is probably pretty high. So, yeah, Ryan literally almost died. So they're gonna have to take some, like, strong measures. Maybe 3 years in jail will be exactly what he needs to get sober. I know a lot of people's like, "Listen, jail's not for addicts because they can get there's access to drugs in jail," and maybe that's true, but I can say I do see comments. I actually just read a comment this morning from someone saying that they were a really bad addict, but they went to jail and it saved their lives. So I don't think that is the do I think it can get them clean and sober? Yes. Do I think there's other ways that work as well or possibly better? Yes. I'm on a live stream, babe. I'm on a live stream, babe.
Right.
I'll be out in just a second. The best thing that happened to me during my addiction was my mom left me in jail. Been clean 20 years, so he can do it, but he has to have consequences. Congratulations, Ashley. That's awesome. And probably at the time, you were like probably very irritated with your mom for leaving you in jail, but at the same time, your mom probably felt like she didn't have a choice, like she had to do something. Yeah, jail isn't always the answer, but he has every other option put in front of him, and he has kicked his yep, exactly. Like he's been given the option of rehab tons of times, and he doesn't take it seriously. He leaves early, he completes it, and then as soon as he gets out, he's back to his old antics. So maybe somewhere where he has no option of coming home for a while, maybe that's what he needs. I don't know. Ashley said I was big mad, but she's my best friend today. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, what other option is there for Ryan when he's not cooperating? I don't think rehab is going to be it because I mean most programs are only like a 28-day program, and it seems like he can do it. And then when he gets out, he's right back to his old ways. So I think jail may be what he needs. I don't know, but that's what it is, you guys. We're going to continue to keep up with Ryan. This is his most recent mugshot. This is him in court. Let's see. This is him in court yesterday.
We know what happens when you go longer than a month getting that shot. I've been corresponding with Ms. Roberts from Mary Kay. She believes it is way past overdue if he is giving it today and not giving it in November. Agrees. The state will file this petition on Friday and I say goes to
Well, you can file it right now. He's in custody. He was told to do it. My patience is gone. You can sit down right over there.
It includes all the
You've
relevant.
had chance after chance after chance. So we're going to serve him with this.
So there is the clip of him at court where the judge clearly got irritated. Here is a clip of Ryan being pushed out of the bar the night that him and his girlfriend Amanda was involved in a bar brawl. There's Ryan. Oh, hold on, that played. Okay. And apparently he was there with some friends, him and his new girlfriend Amanda. They were with some friends, and someone that was there spoke out to media and said they did not see them drinking, but they did hear Ryan speaking, and his words were slurred. So I don't know what position he was in at the bar, but a situation popped off where one of the guys in their group and Amanda had some sort of back and forth. The guy put his hand on Amanda's face. Amanda grabbed a chair. They were separated, but Amanda did get a hit in on the guy. Ryan was not right there, but he saw what was happening and took off towards Amanda. And security got to him, trying to get him out. He could be heard like screaming and yelling and stuff, but they were both thrown out of the bar. And this happened literally just last weekend. So Ryan's going to court with all of this, out there in the media where the DA brought it up, saying like he was just thrown out of the bar. He's not taking this serious. He should not even be in a bar right now. The fact that he is out in the bar, Ryan's sweet with his little dainty girlfriend. I know. Oh, Ryan's sweet and dainty girlfriend. I know, right?
Very pissed.
Yeah, what happened?
I just found out my best friend is sleeping with my boyfriend.
This is her. She was on Jerry Springer, so you know. Anyways, you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. We're gonna continue to keep up with Ryan and listen. It's hard for me to say this. Well, I want to have hope for Ryan and I hope the best for Ryan. I hope the best for him. I just hope the best for him. I really, 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 really hope that he can get it together because he has all these children. Here's the thing, Ryan, you've messed around long enough. You've played the child long enough. You have a child that is now like 13, 14 years old. Like literally time has blown by and you have just ruined it, by all the craziness. Like, do what you need to do to get better, to really get better. Yeah, we were being sarcastic when we said sweet and dainty. You have little children that if you can make the decision to change now, they may not even remember you as Ryan the addict and can remember you as Ryan the active father, the father that is there, a part of their lives. So it's not too late. Like, do this for your children, if not for nothing else. Anyways, you guys leave me your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.